There he is. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. I think you got to unmute yourself though, because I gave you the permission. Give me just a second. Let me kill this music real quick. I don't know what the hell that was. I think it was an ad. But welcome in. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, you're not server muted. And you should be of the permission to talk in channel. You don't have permission to unmute? What the hell? Okay, 1 second. Probably just something I have to edit in the channel permissions real quick. Channel connect. Sorry, technical difficulties. Use voice activity allows activities in voice channel. Huh, I don't understand. Maybe that's what voice activities? I'm going to allow that. See if that, does that help? I switched it on. Thanks, Skullbox. Appreciate the lurk there, buddy. Ah, okay, yeah. So we're going through some technical difficulties. I had to retool the Discord recently, and it's caused some issues. And I don't know why. Video, connect, create invite. I mean, it's showing everything. Attach files. I don't know what the hell's going on. We might just have to pop up in the Brave Penguin until I get this shit worked out. Oh, you know, well, it shouldn't be a deny all basis. Let's see. All right, I just manually unmuted you. Try that.
Howdy, howdy.
There he is. Maybe the same will work for video. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put into the just chatting screen. The nerd is being interviewed. Who's the nerd? What do you?
That would be me. He's the brat. He's the brat.
Oh, he's the okay.
He's the brat. I'm the nerd.
Okay. So
Blade's one of my mods.
Do you have the ability to do camera or?
Let's see.
There it is.
All right, there we
go.
There
he is. Now we're all set. Okay, so that's a weird thing because like I had to drag you to the channel, which is normal, and then I had to unmute you and then or mute you, then unmute you by the server side, and then just suddenly it works. Man, I don't know, and I'm sorry about all that.
It's all good. Hey, it's not a stream that I'm on unless there's technical issues, and ask anybody from my chat.
Yeah, I got Sonic Windy Blade in the chat. We've also got Ender. Not sure if you're familiar with him.
Oh, no, I don't know Ender. Don't know, no.
That guy.
No, never heard of him.
And Skullbox and Brass who are lurking, and do appreciate our lurkers here. That's awful good of you to do that. And yeah, Toxic lurking too.
Just throwing out some promos real quick to help out here.
Oh, some promos, what?
Some promos, you know, like different Discords and
oh sure, yeah, man. If you want to do
Twitter and the normal streamer stuff, you know,
right? C4664 says hello, and he's going to listen along. So welcome in.
C4, I believe is from our leagues. If that's the same C4, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I saw that you guys did the paintball league thing, which is really cool. I know Sci-Fi also does that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll do shout outs toward the end of the stream, but I guess we'll go ahead and get this thing started, get the party started. So, initial question is obviously, can you tell us a little about yourself, like work, hobbies, schools,
Um,
skills?
well,
Skills.
for work, I am by day a developer. My actual title is Senior Manager of Corporate Systems Development for Glass and Door International. We are
Oh,
a national manufacturing company.
that's pretty huge, actually.
So I don't actually do too much of the coding anymore. It's more done by the team and some outside assistance, but I know how it operates well enough that I project lead, so I dream up how everything works, tell
Oh,
them how I
okay.
want it to work and things like that. And then, of course, whenever it doesn't work right, I go in and tweak it to make it work right. So,
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So you sort of do the workflow management then.
now I do, yes, but I am a developer, so I went to UT Austin for coding, things like that. So
Oh, okay. Oh,
multiple
Dragon Hatcher jumped
languages.
in. Welcome, Dragon. Get to the gak gak. So multiple
Also for
languages.
multiple languages, full stack development plus a little bit of Python, a little bit of C plus, and things like that. So while I may not be completely fluent in some of those languages, I know all of them well enough that I can learn my way through it. So,
So is there ever a scenario where you could program something to make the glass doors slam on people?
well,
Sorry.
probably if it's connected to something
You got that
something
one
in
guy you just
IoT, I
really don't
probably
like.
could.
You got that one guy you don't like. So like you find out where he lives and you war drive his ass, and then like next thing you know you're plugging in something, slamming a door on his head.
Yeah, well, that would be nice, but then I don't think I'd have a job anymore.
No, definitely not. That's all very illegal. So yeah, it's all good fun. Allegedly. Um so what got you into streaming? Like what made you flip the
Uh,
switch?
Mostly it was paintball and VR.
Oh,
So
Rec Room
I,
and
yeah, Rec Room. I've been in Rec Room since early 2017, class of
okay.
2017. Whoop whoop. And
Nice, nice.
I started joining probably around 2018. I started joining some of the unofficial leagues that they had. And when we formed the laser tag league, the LTL,
Yeah.
uh, I was one of the officials for the first season there,
Okay.
and then joined in the paintball league, which had run for a year or two longer, the next season. And from there, I just started streaming. Mostly for the first 6 to 8 months, I did strictly the games. And then I just started streaming Rec Room stuff in addition to that. And it kind of grew from there. And we branched out from there probably a year and a half after we initially started streaming and started doing other things like Twitch Sings
I
and
see.
other games.
So for those of us that are really terrible at math, about how long is that? Like how many years? Just guesstimate even. That sounds
Uh,
like a while if it's 2016. Or did you
so
start after that?
it's been at least 5 years.
Hmm. Okay, well that's a good size span of time to be streaming. You've definitely got a lot under your belt there. That's really good. Um, so when you say that you're doing, and the only thing is, I mean, I glossed over the whole the paintball league thing. Is it one of those things where it's like you die in the game and like you spectate and you kind of narrate what's happening there, or how does that work?
So every time you get hit with the paintball, you get sent back to spawn. It's one of the respawn games.
Okay.
There's two different modes primarily. There's team battle, of course,
Hmm.
where you're trying to get to a certain number of hits, depending on
Okay.
how many. If it's a 3v3, 4v4, 5v5. Generally, it is 100 hits. That's most modes. It can be less depending on how many people the game mode is encompassing.
Okay.
And then there's also capture the flag mode, which operates the same, except you have to capture the opposing team's flag for 3 times is what you do to actually win. But we have plenty of times that it goes 0-0.
Oh,
It
so
gets
just
pretty
really
competitive.
tight. Oh wow, that actually be pretty wild to watch. Just button heads there. So I'm wondering though if there ever was a release of a game, and this is just like I meant to ask Sci-Fi this at some point, but if they ever invented like a game that was specifically paintball and like moved away from Rec Room, but I mean just a new game altogether that was straight up paintball, but had a lot of the same rule sets, do you think that they'd move off, or do you guys just like really love like the Rec Room aesthetic and the ease of use?
Well, we're actually sponsored
Oh
by
my
Rec
goodness, thank you.
Room. So we are officially sponsored by Rec Room with prizes such as golden gun skins and
Okay.
in-game currency for Rec Room. So actually moving the PBL out of Rec Room probably wouldn't happen. Now, I did float years ago the idea of having more, because Rec Room constantly updates, and it's a massive game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Roblox of VR. So I did propose years ago, before they actually started the sponsorship aspect of the leagues, to take more stable versions and let us start up servers of that version that we could play official games on.
Yeah.
I think it ended up being they didn't want us to have like the code and things like that, and it was too much trouble to spin up a new server. But you know, that's what a lot of esports games do. Like League of Legends, they're not playing on the actual build and version of the game. Whenever you're seeing like TSM play or any of these other professional leagues, Valorant, same thing. You know, they're not on normal servers. It's not a spun up server of the actual game that you're in a custom match of. It's
Yeah, I mean,
the latest, most stable that they've been practicing on.
Right. My thought was just that it's like the paintball is sort of an extension inside Rec Room, not the other way around. And it's a shame that it's not. It's a shame that like there isn't a game that's like devoted to paintball that could be equally as impacting.
There was at one time an official like paintball game coming out made by like professional paintball players. But
Okay.
I don't know whatever happened to it. I don't remember hearing anything about it. However, that's kind of why I formed FSO outside of PBL and LTL and all these Rec Room games, because we were going to expand to things like Pop One and Pavlov, and then it just never really
came to fruition.
Never really got that far just yet.
Oh man.
Whether we do one day, it's not out of the realm of possibility. But
yeah, VR
there's
is
so
kind of
many
an untapped.
others.
I mean, I want to say VR has barely been tapped, so who knows? Dragon Hatred asks, I love Blade and Sorcery multiplayer. Is that ever a possibility? Oh boy. It could happen. I mean, maybe not. I don't know if there's like a mod, but it could happen someday.
With what some of these mods are coming out with, absolutely. I bet it could be.
So, I saw your name switch. Like at first you were FSOnet, now you're Zizuar, or was that just like your Discord name? And you kind of point to like, what does the name come from? Like, that's what I'm trying to get to.
When I started, my online name for as long as I can remember now has been Zizuar or Zizuar, Ziz. That is what I'm known by. So, and that was my original Twitch name too when I started streaming, was Zizuar. Originally, it was an online RPG of Star Trek, so it was a Cardassian character name that I created way back when, and it was unique, so I stuck with it. And kind of adopted it for everything.
Awesome Beast, what's up, man? I forgot. I mean, I need to like turn off some redemptions because they could just really bounce out in front. Welcome in. What's up? Oh, thanks for the follow, man. I thought you already did. But thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate that. No, I mean, it's okay. Totally not a My self-deceit point. And C4.
I try to follow all of our VRP members, but I'm sure there's some that I'm missing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like an intentional thing, like you're just kind of cracking through. So I just want to reiterate again, like, so is it? I butchered that name. Apparently, is it Zizuar or Zizuar?
It can be pronounced multiple ways, and I mean, it's so unique that there's not many people that will, I'll respond to it anyway. There's no
They know
proper way, but since people say Ziz is the proper pronunciation of it, abbreviated, then we'll go with Zizuar.
Fair. But
so that's how the name came about.
Was you got it from like a Star Trek kind of a thing, or?
Well, I created the name. I needed a Cardassian sounding name for this online role playing game that we did. It was a mush, if you've ever heard what a mush is, or a mud, multi-user dungeon, or multi-user shared hallucination.
What? Shared hallucination? That sounds nefarious.
That's mud was more combat oriented. Mush was more RP oriented.
Okay. That sounds wild, though.
Kind of like instead of calling it a virtual world, it was a shared hallucination.
Shared hallucination. Group transcendence, like y'all take some mushrooms together, hit a higher plane. Is that where we're going? Wait, what? Ayahuasca? Oh, wow. Yeah, you have to forgive me. She made some chocolate-covered strawberries for Valentine's Day, so kicking it with that.
Good.
Nerd is on cam. Let's go. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess another one of your fellas, Atlas Q, comes in. So
that's the name that I still go by online, and that's why people still call me Ziz or Zizuar.
Okay.
FSO is actually an organization, or it was meant to be, still is meant to be. Just we haven't finished fleshing out what it's turned into.
Gotcha.
So originally, FSO stands for the Future Sports Organization. And originally, I was intending it to be kind of like this culmination of all of the Rec Room leagues coming together, and then eventually branching out to other games as well.
Would that be specific to VR games?
It was more meant to be kind of like an umbrella to try and bridge all of them together, because all of them were so in their own unique thing.
Yeah.
And you may have like 200 people in the laser tag league and 300 people over in the paintball league. And we wanted to kind of cross-pollinate that, bring it together, make it a bigger deal. Well, Rec Room came out with their sponsored league program, and that kind of threw that, away. So they went ahead and did it themselves, and so we've kind of been deciding what are we going to do. We have a website, FSO.gg, which planning to turn it into maybe a news type site for VR and tech related stuff.
Okay.
Not 100%. Nothing is set in stone yet. We're still trying to figure that part out. Until then, we're esports commentator and manager for various leagues.
All right.
And
well,
broadcasting.
Yeah. Some of the clips that I glossed over this afternoon was you were doing a commentary, and you're just kind of following people around and kind of describing what was happening, because not everybody's going to know the players, not everybody's going to know the plays. And so that was actually really helpful that you kind of connected those dots for somebody ignorant to it like me. So I don't know, it made it more interesting. So that was helpful.
Well, we serve two roles. The first is as an official, meaning that we enforce any game rules. We watch for anybody, we throw that penalty marker, stop the game, or call for a replay. We look for anybody who is abusing any game mechanics, and then we also are there to broadcast the game and be like your NFL callers up in the box watching and commentating.
That's kind of how I took it. like you were the cameraman and the call. He called it Atlas Q called it a shoutcaster. He said you're a good shoutcaster for sure. Very informative. So that's awesome. I mean, I don't know if it's government spy stuff. Like, you know, maybe if there was drones in the game, I don't know. So.
Well, now I am invisible when I'm up in the sky, and all you can see is my little camera flying around. So, you know,
So
it might look like a little spy drone to some people. That's very
funny.
true.
I've never had anybody like do that before, so that's interesting. I guess it's just spectator mode, then, isn't it? Or some kind of okay. That's cool.
And we just toggle it on and off from in the pregame lobby.
Oh, okay, well, that makes sense. So as you've been streaming so far, what would you say that you like, and what would you say that you dislike about streaming itself?
It really kind of depends on what goal I'm going for when streaming. I've gone through these various different transitions. The hardest part about streaming is keeping up the energy and sticking to it, because there's so many factors that can come into it. You know, primarily, I started streaming and I continue streaming now for a community and friends and getting to know people. It's never been really a way to make money. But it has been a way to kind of form, like at times, the FSO, the organization that we were trying to form.
So what you're saying is it sort of also helped you branch out and then, I guess, make more, spread the web out, so to speak, and then get more people into the FSO organization.
Get the idea of VR as a esports alternative. Instead of sitting behind the keyboard, you know, you're actually active and inside the virtual world. Kind of bring that to the forefront. Help proliferate VR more into the mainstream, that sort of thing. That was my main goal when I started streaming. Aside from also making friends and building a community of like-minded people that found interest and fun in VR and other gaming aspects.
Right on. That sounds like a completely good thing to like.
To really answer your question, the hardest part about streaming is keeping up the energy and the mental focus.
Yeah.
Because streaming really can be taxing on mental health. And as somebody who's suffered from depression and has ADD and, you know, all these other things that go on, plus on top of a professional life, got to support your family, you know, or yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'd have to put it down if something critical happened. Absolutely.
It can be very taxing. And then if you take a break and come back, sometimes it's like you're starting all over again.
Yeah. Well, so what about dislikes? Like, is there anything you just wish streaming just didn't have to deal with?
Well, I mean, if I were going to say trolls are not fun. But I've learned they were harder to deal with whenever I first started. Being more emotionally attached to the success of the channel meant that dealing with trolls was a lot harder. Nowadays, it's more like just shout back at them, or, you know, ignore them, or there's many different ways to address somebody who's being a troll or toxic. And then, of course, then you have the racist people, just they're gone.
Yeah, just edges. You know? Yeah.
But
so
staying current is also hard. You know, I hate always having to stay one step ahead of the new curve. You know? Everybody gets bored.
True. Thanks for the follow there, Dwangler. So a moment ago you mentioned something. I was going to extrapolate on it. I forget what it was. You were going over the likes, and I think it was you were talking about different ways to well, actually no, it wasn't. It was a dislike, I guess. What is, in your humble opinion, probably the best way that you've discovered? Okay, Brass.
Do it.
He's gonna do it, Brass.
Dreams be dreams.
Do it. Just do
jump
it.
scaring me with Shia here. And for the follow there, Mr. Grizzlord. Thank you so much. Now, that's what it was. I was going to ask you, in your humble opinion, what is the absolute best way to deal with trolls? Because that is something streamers get whether they like them or not. It always happens.
Well, the best way that I have found to deal with trolls is actually written in my channel rules, and let me see if I can actually get to them here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have to pull up your stream and see that, because a lot of times you see the fine print and you're just, a lot of people click past it, and I'll have to admit that I'm one of those awful people that I disregard the rules, but I inadvertently follow them anyway. So
it's hard to once you accept the channel rules, sometimes it's hard to get back into them. But
true.
Let me see if I can just find it here, and I can word it the proper way if you give me just a moment. That was honestly not a question that I was prepared for, so
that's cool. Grizzlord popped in. He said he's from Floppy's server. Good luck on your stream.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Floppy Dots.
Floppy Dots.
Back
that
from
actually
the
sounds
Twitch
familiar.
Sings days.
That's funny.
Let me see. Where are the channel rules? I don't want to spend too much time looking for it.
No, that's fine.
We'll find it, but
we'll cut away.
So my best way to manage rewards and challenges. No, that's not what we wanted.
Don't worry.
The best way to deal with trolls is basically shove them in a barrel, seal it down, and throw them down a waterfall into oncoming traffic.
But then they usually end up under bridges, and then they start making people pay a toll to cross the bridge. So, I mean...
yeah, true. Very true. Actually, honestly, no, all kidding aside, the best way that I found to deal with trolls is you can either, one, ignore them unless they're really disrupting your channel.
Yeah.
If they're really disrupting your channel, you can take them head on, but not everybody is going to be quick-witted enough to really bash them over the head.
Gotcha. So timing them out, putting them aside.
Timing them out. My number one way is to ignore them.
Yeah.
Second best is to just say, sorry, you're out of here.
Yep, just get them out.
But try not to make a big deal out of it, because the more they're there, their big thing is they're there to get attention and to take the attention away from you and your community and put the attention on them. So the quicker you can get rid of that distraction, the better off you are.
Facts.
And then just move on.
That's very true. I mean, I'm glad you're telling me these things, because I haven't had anybody come in here that was just downright ridiculous, but at least not in a negative way. Everybody's just been too excited on my channel. So I haven't had anybody come in with negative, malicious intent. So if somebody comes in with malicious intent, that gives me a little better idea what to do. So I actually appreciate that.
If you're somebody like Asmongold can just,
oh my gosh, that poor guy.
I mean, he is on it. He is on it, and he doesn't take anybody's crap. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not Asmongold. I have my own, positive aspects, but I can't just jump on a troll and beat him at his own game 9 times out of 10.
It's entertaining to watch whenever that does happen. Like if somebody could turn the table and make a complete fool of them and then ban them. I get it.
Absolutely. I wish I could, but then again, that's not me.
Yeah. That takes some prep work, and you have to be a little bit mean. Maybe you're not a mean guy. I mean, and that's okay.
Honestly, like to think I'm not. I'm sure everybody has their own mean streaks, but
absolutely. So, concerning about experiences, what would you consider your best experience versus your worst experience? Where have you gotten so far as that goes?
My best streaming experience in terms of,
something that happens really sticks out in your head and almost drops right immediately when you think about, oh, that was the best.
One of my best experiences, which unfortunately isn't available to anybody anymore, was when Twitch Sings was a reality.
Sings.
So Twitch Sings used to be a karaoke app on Twitch that hundreds of popular songs you could sing DMCA free. You could duet with fellow streamers, and it was a game, basically, a music game. But the community there was great. I met some of my best friends through there. Atlas Q, who was in here earlier, met him through Twitch Sings. Floppy Dops, the person that Grizzlord came from, met Floppy
Okay, Dragon.
through Twitch Sings. Met so many
you
great
sing.
people and networking through Twitch Sings.
So you sing like it's freaking karaoke night on Twitch.
Yep.
Wow.
Pretty much.
I never even knew that existed, but that sounds amazing.
It was a lot of fun, and it kind of reopened myself to music as well. And I wish I did it more, but I still occasionally do covers and cover streams on the piano. That sort of thing is still covered by Twitch license. You can't really do the karaoke like you could with Twitch Sings.
Back in the day, man, there's so much more relaxed about a lot of different things.
So that was probably a unique experience that you can't really get anymore. But I met so many great people, networking, and it really kind of helped establish my channel more. Probably one of the worst experiences that stands out to me was Zenith. My experience was Zenith.
Oh my gosh,
Zenith
yeah.
VR.
I was there for that kind of. If I'm not mistaken, it was like incredibly overhyped, I guess. And then like when people got in, they were interested in from all of 15 minutes, and then they went on to another game. And it was so sad.
Well, Zenith had this thing. They had great publicity. Like they knew how to market themselves. And the game itself is not bad.
Yeah.
The game itself is not bad at all. And they're still releasing some new content and things like that. My experience with Zenith was I had been waiting years for the game to be released. I had paid a large amount of money for the beta.
Okay.
And paid for the privilege to stream the beta.
Oh. Okay.
Well, they have a lot of, I guess, friends or people who had the connections who were on a special list. A special list that they were promoted in their server and this and that. And then they gave Twitch drops to these specific people. And I really saw it as a kingmaker system. At the time, I was probably pulling an average of 25 viewers on average for my stream. So it could go as high as, 35. And then, lows in the 15 to 20s.
Yeah.
And that was my average. And that was kind of the highest average I've had. I've had spikes, especially with the finals and things like that for our leagues. But that was when I was actually putting a lot of work into my channel. And that was the highest concurrent viewership that I had maintained for a while. And started doing Zenith, which we had paid for that privilege. Excuse me. To do that beta. And then anytime their preferred streamers started getting on, we were seeing spikes. Like instead of my 25 normal, we were seeing spikes up in the 60s and 70s. Wow.
A lot of people.
Well, as soon as one of their preferred streamers would go on, and it was the only place that you could obtain by watching their streamers obtain a key to play the beta yourself.
Oh.
Everybody would leave.
Yeah, just drop.
And I'm not just talking the people, the extra viewers. That didn't bother me. But my own regular viewers would leave.
Yeah, because they'd feel obligated to. They'd want to get that key.
They want to get that key. So my viewership dipped from the average of 25 while I was doing that to below 10.
Wow.
And it totally killed my channel, and I probably didn't handle it the best way either. But I had worked so hard on establishing my channel that
it probably felt
it was
like a
one
slap
of those
in the
mental
face.
Things. It killed me.
Yeah. Probably felt like a slap in the face a little bit there. I mean, that's how I'd have taken it too. Bro, what are you doing? I'm doing all this. I've invested the money. I've invested the time. I can get people in here viewing your shit, and you're just gonna like zip out of here and like make it so I can't do the same that these guys are? These preferred? I mean, are they spending more money or something? I don't get, like, that doesn't make no sense to me.
Now there's some great streamers in there. You know, a good friend of ours, Z-Storm. Z-Storm was part of that group.
Yeah.
That was in their preferred thing. I don't know how they ever picked that or anything. I never held Z-Storm or any of those guys. You know, I didn't blame them for it. So, but
Yeah.
the way I handled it, I probably could have handled it better. And nowadays, I would handle it differently.
Well,
I was very vocal in other people's chats. I was.
I mean, it sounds like you're really upset about it. And you know what? You have every right to be, because it sounds like it was just totally tilted. Like,
but I also stopped streaming for about 6 months, and whereas Zenith may have harmed my channel a little bit,
yeah,
a whole lot temporarily, and then when it was all said and done, had I kept streaming, it may have ultimately hurt me a little bit for a while.
Yeah.
Until I grew back.
Right.
I probably damaged myself more in my reaction to that.
So you're saying
than anything Zenith actually did to me. So
you're saying that you're not gonna throw Zenith completely under the bus here. You're saying that you taking a little bit of fault here too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I blame them for the environment that they created and abusing their customers and abusing streamers and the Twitch community as a whole.
Yeah. It kind of pit them against each other.
I blame myself more for the long-term effects of that. So
right, but when they pit you guys,
I'm not innocent in it at all.
Right. The way I see it is like they kind of pit everybody against each other, and you just had a perfectly reasonable reaction, in my humble opinion. Like, you know, you felt slighted, and there's nothing wrong with that. So this might be a good time to segue into when people come to your channel. What kind of content can they expect now?
Well, nowadays we still do a lot of the league stuff. So we're doing paintball. When the laser tag league starts back up, I'll be going back to that. Right now we're doing the classic teleport paintball league. We do 1 or 2 games a week right now. I'll be doing plenty of other VR stuff. We've been doing Subnautica VR recently, and I have 4 or 5 other games in the pipeline for VR.
Oh, hell yeah.
Matter of fact, little side note here. This is my ADD kicking in, by the way.
No, that's fine.
I'm excited because I actually pre-ordered today. I still, let me show you. I still use the original Vive Pro, not the original Vive, but the original Vive Pro, not the second one. This clunky big guy here. And then today I took a leap of faith and I actually pre-ordered the brand new big screen Beyond headset that opened up for pre-orders yesterday.
Big Screen Beyond?
I've ordered that. Big Screen Beyond. So there's an application called Big Screen VR. It's been around for years. You can sit with your friends to watch movies or events or things like that in VR. They have now created their own headset.
Whoa.
It will be releasing Q3, I believe. However, it is unique because it is about the size of my phone.
Yeah, I just pulled it up real quick.
Yep.
And it's talking about like the world's smallest headset. Interesting. Huh.
It's got some of the best visual fidelity. But what's even cooler is
that price tag, though.
the price tag, yes. The price tag.
It looks like a set of glasses, though. Like, it looks so small.
It's so small. It's like the size of my phone, really, in terms of like dimensions. And it's probably not much thicker. And what's really neat is that they have you take a scan of your face. Like whenever it comes closer to time for my unit to be developed, they're custom made for each person that orders them.
Scan
so
your
they'll take a
face.
scan of my face.
Whoop,
So like
reverse.
the contours around here, the
Uh-huh.
contours, they'll scan my face, and they'll make a cushion that molds to fit my face exactly.
What?
And when they make my unit, the IPD, the distance,
Yeah.
the interpupillary distance, they're going to set it on the device. You can't set it, you can't adjust it yourself, but they'll set it to what my face exactly needs.
So if
So
anybody
they
else wants to try
customize-
it out, fuck them.
Honestly, how many people? Anytime
Well,
I've
I
ever
mean, I'm just
had
teasing.
like, I've sent multiple people some Quest 2s, and I do things like that. But
That's just, I mean,
probably maybe the 3 people at max have ever tried out my own headset that I have here.
okay. Well, you don't have to deal with that then. I'm just saying. I'm just cracking a joke because, like, the typical consumer, sometimes you may have like a house full of like 3 people and you're passing it left and right. It's like, no, this is my face VR thingy. Get out of here. And then
Right,
maybe
right.
they're sizing it up. I don't know. It's just funny. It's funny to think about. Also very interesting.
I'm
like
excited
I've never
about it,
seen
though.
that
I mean-
before in my life. It looks wild.
So small, so light, and
look at
it's
this
supposed
guy.
to be so clear. I'm excited.
$1,000. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that like puts it right beside like the Steam one, Index.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 2560 pixels per eye. I'm wondering about the FOV though. Every time they get
FOV,
smaller,
Now
always-
they've stated that the FOV is like 93 by 90. However, if you listen to people like Thrill is a big VR streamer and YouTube content creator, and also who was it? Savage.
yeah.
The Savage guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. If you listen to their reviews of it, because they've been working with the prototypes of some of these.
Okay.
The field of view actually seems a lot bigger than what they're claiming. And
Okay.
Big Screen has actually said, and this is what's kind of unique for Big Screen, because they're really VR enthusiasts when it comes down to it. They're not like a huge corporation trying to make something to really, be like Pimax or anything.
Yeah,
So
Pimax
they've
is
said
insane.
that they would rather underpromise and overdeliver. So
True.
some of the specs might end up being better than what you're seeing.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, I guess we'll have to look forward to that, I guess.
Absolutely. As soon as I get it, we'll do a big stream about it.
I would love
We'll
to
do
see
the
that actually.
unboxing and
Yeah, you better PM me and let me know because I'm just kidding. I'll follow along, and if I see anything about it, I'm gonna jump on that one for sure because I've never heard of that before. It's pretty wild. And it just now came. So you also work with like we were talking about the content in your channel. You're also working with things that would further in development. What do they call it? Where like you're product testing sometimes. Like you're not necessarily
I
an
do a
official
lot
tester,
of
but
game beta testing.
yeah.
Most recently, I did the X8 beta. So that is a new game coming out soon. Can't really talk about it, but other than
Fair.
the stuff that they've already released, so it's basically Valorant in VR.
Oh wow. That'd be cool.
I'm excited about it.
I thought that was Larson. Nuts.
It was just their initial beta, so of course, any game in development is still going to
okay.
improve. But I got to tell you, I'm excited about it. I've done a lot of different betas, even before VR days. Like my first beta I can remember being involved in was for the Xbox. Fable.
What?
Was it Fable 3?
Wow.
Fable 3, I believe, was my first closed beta I ever participated in. So
I tried
I've
to
had
get in so many
years in
betas.
multiple games.
I think the only thing I ever got into as far as beta concern was like Battlefield 4 way back in the day, or 5, I forget which, but it was just one of those. And that wasn't special. They gave out to a ton of people. That's
Sea of Thieves, I was in the beta for Sea of Thieves, but this was back before I did really PC gaming. This was on the Xbox.
Do you play PC games now? Like
I play PC games now. I still have
saw you had
an
Valorant.
Xbox. I still have an Xbox, but I don't play Xbox anymore.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember the last time I booted that sucker up.
Oh,
Probably back around the Sea of Thieves beta time.
wow.
Or was it
was
Fallout
a while back.
76 beta? It may have been Fallout 76 beta.
Oh my God. So, I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and we're actually going to ask you a question that you recommended. So, so outside of live streaming, what is your take on additional content creation like YouTube and TikToks and whatever else the kids are into these days?
I'm bad about it, but I want to be better.
That's fair.
And now my actual take on it is that for a channel to succeed nowadays, it is imperative. Well, depending on what your goals are. If your goals are to be a small community, and just a group of friends and just, grow on Twitch, the best way to grow is networking. So
For sure.
being a part of a stream team, finding content creators, like streamers, that you can be a part of their community and that they in turn become part of yours.
Yeah,
Growing and streaming with other creators on Twitch, that's really the main way to grow, is grassroots networking.
true. I will say that I could definitely get behind you on that one, because one of my own personal growths was through Phasmophobia and all the horror buffs coming in, watching us play that, and other people that were playing Phasmophobia. We all worked together, and we all had the same follower group. Is interesting. So
Twitch is mostly networking, and it's hard, and it's time consuming, and it's very rewarding. Don't get me wrong. I've met a lot of great people through Twitch. Twitch is like a family to me. It really is a community. But if you ever want to move beyond that, you have to do other platforms. You have to do socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm not big on Facebook gaming, but
yeah,
Facebook itself. You have to make YouTubes. You have to do shorts. You have to do TikTok. Long form YouTube content is the main staple to grow an audience and move them to Twitch. That's how creators really get bigger, is they find that niche in YouTube. I don't know what my niche is for YouTube long form content, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm not bad at video editing. That's not my problem. It's finding what sort of niche that I want to create videos for and getting off my bum and actually doing it. That is my biggest hurdle.
Okay,
But
well,
it's imperative, I think.
That does automatically lead into the next question I had queued up for you, and that was like, what would you consider yourself unique about your channel? Like, what is it that you've set aside for yourself that you're just like, well, not a whole lot of people do this, even if it's just something small, because I know that it's hard to be completely unique,
Mm-hmm. Well, like we still do. I mentioned before, the music covers. I'm in the. I like to consider myself part of the Twitch music scene, part of the Twitch music community. You'll find, if you've never checked out the Twitch music scene, you got to go check it out. There's so much talent on Twitch of independent artists who do their own music, and they do covers of popular songs. I don't have any of my own songs that are produced to the level that I would share them, really, at this point. Not saying that I don't have any songs of my own, but covers, I still like to, and I'll be bringing this back as soon as I get my new PC set up and can hook my piano. Oh, you can't see it. I have the.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got the thing. You can't really.
I have my keyboard. As soon as I can hook that back up to my computer, I intend to start doing music streams again. But the Twitch music scene is a big thing, so that's part of what I love to do. And I still also do pancake games like Valorant and things like that. But my niche really is VR, and even deeper in that niche is going to be the League stuff. So
check this out. Atlas Q says he's a great singer and awesome piano player too. So are you sure you're not giving yourself not enough credit? Like, are you sure you're not downplaying yourself, is what I meant to say. He said he sucks at PC
yes,
games.
I do suck at PC games, but I'm better than I was. Matter of fact, people come like the biggest joke in my channel is I have a command, a counter is exclamation HS for headshot. And it's not whenever I get a headshot, it's when I get headshot.
Oh, nice. Nice.
You know,
So
and
when your head catches a bullet, and you've given him a command to recognize that.
You know, we have two emotes dedicated to it too. One that's one of my few animated emotes.
Nice.
I just put them in there. So
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of like the running joke. People don't come for my good PC gameplay. People come for my bad PC gameplay.
She's just like watching you get
And we
wasted
have
in your
fun with it.
reaction.
Trust me, we have fun with it. So
Oh yeah, man, I imagine. That sounds fun.
But really, probably aside from music, probably my niche really is the shoutcasting aspect. I tend to sell myself short on it. However, I'm consistently told, especially from the Rec Room, people that I'm one of the best shoutcasters that and there's 24 sponsored leagues, by the way.
Yeah.
Rec Room has 24 different leagues now. I'm
Wow.
only really involved with 3 or 4 of them. But
I was about
consistently,
to
the
say-
community say that I'm one of the best shoutcasters that they've seen this past. Even though maybe they might be sucking up to me because I'm a manager for the PBL, I'm one of the ones that runs it. But I was voted by the PBL community as the people's choice for.
Yeah, see, I was gonna
shoutcasting.
say when I was just glossing over your videos earlier today, like the first thing I noticed was your voice. I was like, this guy's got a fucking radio voice. So that's awesome.
Well,
So-
I hate the sound of my own voice. That's why I sell myself short on music. And like I just something about hearing my own voice, I don't like it.
Well, what is it that old saying? It's like we are our own worst critics. So
Correct. Very correct.
keep that in mind, man, because you got a good voice. So
I appreciate that.
it's good enough to make Atlas restart his PC. He's restarting his PC. So on your journey so far, and this is another one that you kind of like glossed over, and I agree. This is actually a really good question. Can you tell us a little bit what your evolution has been? Where have you come from, and where are you? What has changed?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
Cotton Eye Joe. Oh my God! What was
Yeah.
that?
So where did I come from? I came from VR. I came from Rec Room. Matter of fact, for the first year or two, I didn't even show my face on stream.
So you had a face
stop.
reveal, big dramatic face reveal.
I didn't really make it a big dramatic thing.
Oh, you're just like, oh, here I am.
Right.
All right. Dig.
My face was my Rec Room character. And there are other friends of mine who are still like that. There's Bathia. Bathia streams on Twitch, but he's more of a YouTube personality, and he's actually decent size. He's concurrently, whenever he live streams on YouTube, he's between the 200 and 300 mark. So,
Oh, wow.
but he doesn't show his face. You know, you had people like Dream who didn't show his face for years. Well, I didn't show my face. Then I started getting into Twitch things. So I was strictly Rec Room leagues. Then it was strictly Rec Room leagues and all the different games there. And then I started getting into Twitch things, and that's where I started branching out.
So
And most people on Twitch things show their face.
you had to step up there.
Had to step up. You could use an avatar on Twitch things, but I swallowed the bullet and started using my face on there.
Okay.
And I have this problem, like right now, while we've been doing this, I have your stream pulled up because I intended to watch you and act like I'm looking you in the face while we're talking.
It's really
have a
hard to do. I'll admit.
conversation, and it's hard. And I see myself being so animated, and I see my face doing these weird things, and then I start thinking about them and doing them more, and getting really weird about it.
Well, I mean,
So
look, as long as one of your eyes isn't drifting one way, another eye going the other way, and you're like, you you know, kind of losing it, you'd be all right.
So I still have this thing about watching myself. If I don't watch myself, half the time I can do better about it. But I'll watch myself and I'll start doing, like, you'll see me playing the game and I'll be focusing on the game, not even looking at my stream. And all of a sudden I'm doing these weird, like, my tongue is doing this, and I kind of look like what is wrong with him? If I was a viewer watching him, I'm like,
yeah, it's the facial
he's got a problem, doesn't he?
You're concentrating and your face is kind of reflecting that. Is that what it is? Because I do the same. I'll be honest.
I look back at some of my stuff and I'm like, okay, I've got to train myself to stop doing things like that. And I don't know how to do that.
I honestly don't know
that's
how
something
you
I
could.
cannot tell you how to stop doing things like that.
I guess you could just like, get a ball gag or something. It would be entirely appropriate, but you know.
Hey, don't.
J-Dog, welcome in.
Don't be kink shaming in here, man. Come on.
No, never. But yeah, I'm not even actually sure, and I'm wondering like how many other gamers out there could possibly answer this question while you're playing. If you actually get somebody to watch you, just to see like you'll make movements with your mouth, it's like a weird focusing kind of thing, I think, for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But as far as your channel though, and how it's grown, where would you like to see it so many years from now? Like, what would you like to add and improve or change, or where do you want to go?
There's so many things that I'd like to do, and I don't.
I mean, okay.
Here's the thing that I worry about. I worry about burnout.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I've already burned out before.
Yeah.
And I know I have friends who have burned out. I went so long with so little sleep that it started affecting my main job.
Ooh.
Because I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
But what would I like to do? I would love to figure out
all restrictions
what I'm gonna do for
gone.
YouTube.
Like you could possibly do anything.
All restrictions gone. I want to expand into more of the League atmosphere for VR. Not just Rec Room, beyond Rec Room.
Okay.
Tournaments, things like that. For say Pavlov.
Ooh, okay.
Say for Pop One. Say for Breachers whenever it comes out. That I would love to do that and see that become more of something that people go to.
I see.
Start doing YouTube stuff like that. But still, betas have always been. I've loved doing betas, but I'd love to do betas and stuff where you can share it.
Oh,
Not that you have to be, under these gag orders per se. I'd love to do that. Love to do more music. I have so many original songs that I would, if I had the time, I'd love to sit down, learn how to actually produce them, flesh them out into these more.
Ooh, that's a whole other beast. Yeah. The mixing, the mastering, and all that.
Right. That is a passion right there. The music has always been a passion. So, but I can get the basic song down. I can get, a good piano chord going for it, but anything beyond that, it's kind of like beyond me.
Yeah, you have to.
So I would love to be able to do that and have that be a part of my channel. I love 3D printing, so I have all these different 3D printers back there that aren't put together right now because I don't have time to actually go back there and put those together. I have so many things. It's hard to focus and decide where to go. And that's my ADD brain right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're right. And that's sort of like that's the spreading yourself too thin if you're not careful.
Right.
And you don't want to do that. So I guess at some point you're going to have to make a decision to pick between maybe 3 of them, maybe 3 or 4 tops, and then just kind of hone in on those things. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I can't give you advice there because I've never had to do that myself. But I do know that you could easily spread yourself too thin if you're not careful. It seems like, yeah. But I'm
Well,
confident.
I think a lot of it'll come down to making a schedule. Like I've gotten better about making a weekly. I may not be the same days every week at the same times, but
Mhm.
in my Discord weekly, we're posting a schedule of when I'm going live.
Oh, that's cool. And that
So
definitely helps.
really expanding that to now I'm going to schedule what days I'm not live and what days I'm working on, say, a YouTube, or
And
what days I'm working on a music piece.
I have noticed this trend between different streamers is that there's some that like literally almost cam on all the time or every time you turn around, and they're literally just kind of doing random shit, and they're ADHD as hell. And maybe that's how you do it. I don't know. It
That
may
might be
work
me.
for you.
Yeah.
And it could work out and it could be great. But then there's ones that are like really close knit on schedule, that I work on this on Tuesdays, I work this on Wednesdays, and work this on Thursdays. And what that does is it allows the crowd the opportunity to say, well, I'm going to just be discriminating on what days I pop in and out, whatever. Because, you know, you don't want to force somebody to watch something that like maybe they don't want to watch. So like they can come in on a certain day and they know that they're going to get specific type of content. So yeah, I mean,
and I'd
either
prefer
way,
quality over quantity. Absolutely.
absolutely. There's some streamers out there that like bigger streamers that I've talked to, that like, I've popped in on, gosh, I can't think of the name right now, but I've popped in on this fella's channel. He's on Stream Scheme and stuff like that, and I've asked him some questions just in general. And his idea was just literally that people can stream maybe 1 or 2 days a week, even, and as long as that time frame is quality stuff, that's all that matters, you know, because you give it your all. It's a show, right? You know, so that's.
I used to stream every day. Then I burned out.
Yeah,
And
that'll do it.
you know, we tried to make it 5 days a week. No, really, the sweet spot is probably about 3.
3
Maybe
days.
an extra one in there where you're just doing anything you want to do and you don't really care.
Maybe just
But
chatting.
really, my goal is 3 days.
Okay.
And then other stuff outside of that. Really where I may not know where I'm going to be in, say, 5 years, or where I'm going to be in 2 years. I may not know. I may have like a general idea of what I'd like, but that could always be fluid. What I do know is my more short-term goals are to get my YouTube stuff, figure out what I want to do, long-form content, and within the next, say, 3 to 4 months, start actually focusing on some long-form content once or twice a week. And where I've started, and you just have to start, really. Getting started is the hard part and figuring out from there. But I've started doing shorts on YouTube. Start growing my YouTube through shorts. And that's where I've really focused here in the last few weeks. And that's where I'm focusing now to kind of springboard me into the next step.
Okay.
I can figure out the next step as I'm going along if I have to. I have a general idea. I may not have a direct map, but I have a general idea. And it just really starts with producing the shorts and lead that into something else.
Yeah, and shorts are kind of tricky because like you have to cram, like maybe something funny happened and it was like a, 10-15 minute ordeal, but you have to kind of cram it down into like 30 or 60 seconds, and it has to just catch the attention of people who have to say, like, and I am guilty of it too, you have attention of a bird, like, so it's I like that dog from the movie Up where he's like, squirrel. You have to hold the attention of people, and then sometimes it's not always easy to do.
I've had some good shorts, I've had some bad shorts, I've had some good shorts that don't perform, I've had some bad shorts that perform
Overperform.
admirably. So I don't have it figured out yet.
You're getting there, though, it seems like.
I'm going to learn as I go. And it's the same with if you look at my first streams, like my first stream outside of the leagues, well, even if you include the leagues, were pretty raw. They were not great. If you go into my channels nowadays, I have these more professional layouts. I'm more professional about things that I do, and it's the same with anything. It'll be the same with shorts until I figure it out. You just got to start.
It's the growing process
as you go.
Yeah,
and as you get more experience.
You're cutting your teeth. Is what it is. You'll get there. So here, the next question is a little bit of a bizarre question, but I just have to ask it. So, if some mega streamer popped into your channel and donated like $1,000, what are you spending it on and why?
Well, it's going to go back into the stream, or not necessarily the stream nowadays. It's going to go back into whatever I'm trying to grow. Today, it would probably be on upgrading my computer, because the computer that I have, while
I actually feel that.
It's not a potato by any
Yeah.
means. As much as I've grown to incorporate things into my stream and things like that, it can't handle everything anymore.
Yeah.
So
newer stuff
it's
starting
time
to
for
cook
an
your old stuff.
upgrade so that I can continue to take stuff to the next level.
Gotcha. Well, let's see. I asked you to throw me some clips earlier today, and you shot me a pretty good list here. You said good mix of clips from your shorts here. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and just run them. We'll check these clips out. It's just like do you know how long this is? I mean, just for
each one is less than 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, so we're gonna throw up some, and I'll run as many as I can just within the time frame. And yeah, let's check out FSO on I don't know why hold on, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I don't know why I didn't. Are you sure you want to go to this website? I clicked yes, and it is not going to the website, so it is lying to me. So I'm gonna have to open it manually. This OBS is being funky. Of course, here in a minute, like watch 50 of them open up. Oh wait, hold on. I guess I'll just. Why is it? Okay, it just keeps taking me back to Google. What is going on? Give me just a second. Another hiccup. And you were talking about hiccups. Here we go. Now we got here. So it looks like you're playing some capture the flag stuff here going on. First one right here.
Out of time. Motion.
Sci-fi drive-by.
Here comes Mama Bear. Looks like, oh, but she gets sideswiped by Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi coming through on the drive-by. Nice job there, Sci.
He did just appear. He just popped right in there.
Motion.
Oh, he's
out of time.
Oh, wait.
Camera on my thing, so I know there's nothing behind me. It's like having a mirror.
Knock, knock, buddy.
You can see the camera looking behind me.
This doesn't look like you, though. This is...
Oh, fuck you! Why would you fucking do that right now?
Oh, you did that.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Did you jump scare this guy? I don't know what. Here you are. This is easy cartoon Call of Duty.
Whoa, what the hell? I thought, oh.
Did you just jump off a cliff?
I don't think I see anybody below.
Yeah, I mean, you're there, but.
Whoa, what the hell? I thought, oh.
I mean, you should be able to talk in the background. Can you not? Hold on a second. I need to see this.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did Fortnite for the first time, and playing Call of Duty, you know, you jump off a building and you got a parachute. Well, Fortnite, I'm just like, well, I got to get down there. There's somebody down there. You don't get a parachute in Fortnite.
So you just jumped and hit space and then badness.
So I just jumped and whoa, what the hell? I thought, oh.
Nice.
So, wait a second. Boom.
This looks like, are you playing Valorant here?
Nope. Oh, well, yeah, there I'm playing Valorant. Sorry. This one actually is my first short within a couple hours to get over 1,000 views.
Oh, there.
Down you go.
Jeez, dude.
One enemy remaining.
You could play for Spike.
That's pretty good. Just straight 3 in a row. Here's another one here.
Oh, that was the stupidest thing I've done in a long time. I just
time.
bad play here, but it was so funny. I shot all over.
So you shot around him.
Yeah, kind of did like a cartoon outline of the guy.
What's this? I didn't get a headshot 4 once.
I don't remember what some of them were, but I did a string of Valorant ones for a while there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Down you go.
You just popping out and just headshotting people, so that's pretty good. Oh, is this the music thing you're talking about?
Which one are we on? Sorry, it's a little delayed.
Oh yeah, I gotta give you a second to catch up.
Yes, this is actually me singing in the background. And
you're singing?
This is an older game that I'm playing. It's kind of like Beat Saber, but it's called Audio Stick.
But you're singing there.
Yep, that's me singing in the background.
That's actually not bad, dude. Thanks for popping in there, C4.
Well, Thursday's finally over. Another one in the history books.
I guess this week has been alright so far.
Well, except
This
for
was my first attempt at
Monday,
a,
which was never good anyway.
mixed,
Tuesday, I get a little
TikTok
sideways.
That's pretty good though.
Wednesday, I feel better just for spite.
Did you do this live? Because you're getting the
Thursday and
emails.
Friday take too long. Before I know
Oh no,
it,
I
Saturday's
I put
gone.
all that into. I produced it afterwards, like I did editing with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you cut it in there. I was like, is somebody like you're trying to record like a specific thing for a thing, and then you're getting emotes popping up?
No, I actually put them in there.
Oh, okay. Boy, that was loud. So a lot of this stuff also is you singing here.
Oh, that one. Okay, so this one, this was a duet that I did with an old Twitch Sings friend on Smule, and you'll hear him in the foreground. You'll hear me in the background.
Oh, so you're doing the backing. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do some of the backing on this if you'll.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll listen. So whenever he's singing, you're coming in with like the
echo,
like the echoey kind of voice in the background.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually powerful stuff, man. That's actually really good. Wow. You should stick with, I mean, you should definitely stick with doing that, because I'm going to say that right away that your singing is actually pretty on par, man. That's really nice.
Appreciate it.
Because I know a lot of people, they sing and, well, what's the old saying? They can't carry a tune in a bucket. And
I've tried for years to get better at harmony, and
harmonizing.
Sometimes I hit it. Sometimes I can hit a decent harmony. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I find something that's not a real harmony, but God, does it blend well?
Hold on a second, Atlas. Did he show you the scare clip? He said I saw that from across the room.
Yeah, that was the knock one.
The knock one. Yeah. What was that? There was a soundboard, and then it caused to him. I guess, was that you, Atlas? Was that him, or was that someone else?
So it was Atlas.
Okay.
So
like
I
out of his seat.
Matter of fact, I have an affiliate link if anybody else cares to put this in their streams. It's called Blurp.
Okay.
So it's an extension you can add into your streams that people can use bits to play sounds.
Okay.
You can also make point redemptions, your channel point rewards from their sounds. It's really, I love the extension. It's probably there are multiple sound extensions out there you can get. It's probably my favorite one that I've had. Like your subscribers can choose what's called a walk-on roll. So your subscribers can choose that and you approve it, and every time you're streaming, when they first come into the chat, it'll play their walk-on sound on your stream.
Oh, kind of like, okay, yeah, I get it. So kind of like when a professional wrestler enters the ring and then they get their own. Okay.
Yeah.
And mine, a little penguin pops up and then like it says, welcome, in so-and-so.
This one, they can customize it.
Okay.
And and
That's
choose
pretty
their
cool.
own. And you can submit your own sound clips to Blurp as well, and put your
How's it? What is it?
Sonic Wendy Blade, who was in here earlier. He actually recorded his own sound that is wait, is this thing on, bruh? And submitted it to Blurp, and now people can use his sound clip in their streams.
I'll share that link in chat too if anybody out there is interested. That does seem pretty cool though. Like you just make your own walk on. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it works through an HTML and it ports through to your chat. So, okay.
So you use it as a browser source. You put the browser source in OBS, and then there's actually a Twitch extension that you can install for your channel, so they can interact with that extension.
Okay. Cool. What's next? Let's see. Do you have any advice to new streamers or anyone considering getting into streaming?
Well, aside from the long form content that we discussed with YouTube to actually help grow your channel, that's a key thing. If I was starting today, I would focus on my long form stuff first, and then start making streaming a part of it.
Okay.
But really network, get to know other communities that you can be a part of, and they'll help you grow. And networking is key on Twitch.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why our stream team, I think, is an amazing thing. And we're going to be rebranding here soon and coming out with new tools to help our team.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about
grow.
that because, recent events unfolded and caused a big hiccup in the system. And,
right.
But
we're
we'll talk
going to
about
be
that later.
rebranding and approaching it from a whole different angle and such here soon. But that's why stream teams and networking, getting to know people.
Stream teams are huge.
Like Atlas, his and my community are intertwined. We've known each other for so long, and we're all part of it. A lot of our viewers are interchangeable. And same goes for many other communities, like Blade. I know Blade through many other communities, and he's joined other communities through me, and so on and so forth.
Atlas says stream teams suck ass, though. Not gonna lie. What?
Well, the stream teams that you have been associated with, Ian, like Cutie Patootie, they really didn't do anything to help each other grow. You have to get with the right stream team.
I want to say that some of them.
I'm not gonna lie. Here in the last few months, our VR and Pancake stream team has not exactly been as good as it used to be, for certain reasons that we just won't go into. But a year or two ago, VR and Pancakes, we helped so many of our fellow streamers get affiliated. We were growing together.
Yeah, we were actively
cooperated. We were a great stream team. We were what a stream team should be.
Yeah, we were supporting each other to the point that it was just like, we wanted to go into the chats of other people and like see what they were about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, in Atlas, I totally understand that because I've watched other teams kind of do this thing where it's like it's a clout chasing competition and everybody's just racing to the top, and yeah, that's no fun at all. But
if people on the team are there just for their own selfish gains, and we've always said in VR and Pancakes, you get out of the team what you put into the team.
Very
so
true.
If you're there to help one another grow, and you're there, to learn from each other, and actually be an active part of the the overall community.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see gains, and you're going to see growth, and you're going to grow as a content creator yourself because you're learning from each other. What works, what doesn't. Oh, here, this is cool. This is new. Try this.
Yeah, just learned about this thing. And by the way, you were talking about formatting your stuff for TikTok. I recently come across this thing. I don't know the validity of it just yet. I haven't tested it out, but here you go. There's a thing called Atom.tv. It's called Vertical. And what it does is it's supposedly like while you're live streaming, it allows you to have a separate window like just to your right that has a vertical format set up, so you could like snapshot right there and immediately have something ready for TikTok, just that quick.
Nice.
So if that is what it purports to be, that could be an amazing tool. But I've yet to test that out, so just I'm putting it aside. Just
I will definitely take a look at that. Right now, I use a couple different tools. Like I use Cross Clip to turn any of my Twitch clips into quick shorts and TikToks. And I also use, if you've ever seen any of the, like if I'm playing Valorant or something and I get a kill, there's like these videos that pop up or these stingers that pop up.
Yeah.
And different music and stuff. That's actually AI controlled.
Oh.
And that is with uncanny.gg. So
Okay.
it's an AI watching your stream for these things to kick those things off. They also have a program that does similar like that
Okay.
I've been trying out.
Well, I'll link that as well for any streamers out there. So do you have any shout outs or to your fellow streamers or perhaps members of your community that support and inspire you? Just,
Got Atlas Q here. I've known him for the longest time. He's a League of Legends streamer. Also does some music.
Dude, I dig
we have Sonic Windy Blade.
Yeah, they were in there earlier.
One of my mods, and he's also an amazing streamer in his own right. He's actually part of a VR ML team. Then we also have Dwangler, who was in here earlier. He's done some of my emotes, and he has also been a part of the Rec Room leagues. He's also an amazing Apex streamer. Also, one final shout out to Awesome Beast, who finally got affiliated yesterday.
Oh yeah, congrats to that guy. Congrats, Awesome Beast, if you're out there listening.
We've been trying forever to get him affiliated. He actually got it yesterday,
nice.
So congratulations, buddy.
Good job, buddy. Awesome.
Also have one final one. I mentioned checking out the Twitch music scene.
Okay.
So
good example of that.
Here's an amazing streamer to start out with. He's actually a partnered streamer. Tyler Loves Music.
Tyler Loves Music. Okay.
Does a lot of his own originals and does a lot of covers. He can listen to a song and he can play it back for you right then and there. So
Tyler Loves Music. Okay.
Amazing voice, amazing artist.
Okay, good deal, man. So we're gonna take a few questions from chat, if you're cool with that. I mean, they may or may not ask anything, but I'll just throw it out there. Mike, over to you guys real quick. Do you have any questions for FSO here, Mr. Zizuar? Any questions at all? Could be about anything. Just, don't be too terribly intrusive. So what color underwear are you? Yeah, I could just imagine the wild stuff people could just come up with. Oh, Atlas says, how did he get so handsome? Oh.
I was just born this way.
They're just born that way. Toxic asks, what inspired your background right there? I guess it was just like the space stuff. Are you into space things or?
I'm a big Star Trek nerd.
Oh, Star Trek guy. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, Star Trek is
Atlas says fuck. Bradley is also wondering how did you get so handsome.
So
he's got
I'm
the
a big
voice
Star
and
Trek nerd, so anything space and yeah, fuck.
Atlas says it gets him out of luck.
Shut up.
Shucks. So he's got the voice, he's got the looks. Yeah.
This
got it all.
You know what, Ian? I don't even want to get into it. You know what?
Toxic asks, is the cross a faith symbol, gift, luck, or kind of everything?
Is the cross? Oh, this?
Yeah, the necklace.
It's both.
Both.
So,
okay.
Two quick things about me that I guess if you came to my stream, you'd find out anyway. I am a member of the LGBTQ community, but I am also a Christian. Matter of fact, I was 6 months from being ordained a priest. So a lot of people see that as a conflict. No.
Well,
we've had plenty of conversations on that.
Yeah.
I actually have a degree in theology. I will debate you to the moon and back all day long on Christianity and what it means to be a member of the LGBTQ LGBTQ community and still be a Christian. So
Let's go, man. All right. And Atlas says love is love, and we could definitely get behind that.
Mhm.
He said some people use religion to hate, and that's not cool. Am I right? Can I get an amen? That's right. That's true. Yeah, I once heard a saying. What was it? It was, if your religion teaches you to hate people, then find a new religion. And get behind that.
I also say judge a religion on its founder, not its followers.
Oh, true. Oh, Toxic just says you have a beautiful
thank you,
smile.
Toxic.
Man, everybody's gushing on you tonight, man. So that's good. Happy Valentine's Day. Very pretty teeth. What? Okay.
Thank you. Make me blush here.
Well, that's great. So, I guess in closing, do you have anything else you'd like to say to the world at large? Anyone else out there could be listening or find this VOD way down the millennials, like, millennia's down the past, like 3 or 3,000?
Absolutely. Make sure that you keep your passion. Your passion is what keeps you driving. Sometimes your passion can get darkened. It's not always easy, but as long as you love what you're doing, you'll find a reward in it, and you can always reignite it. And at times, your light may seem low, but
That's a
as
good
you
message.
continue to go and grow, you'll find that
Oh my God.
your light will always shine.
Well, on that inspirational note, and by the way, thank you. That's a good one. Brass, thank you so much for that. I'm gonna have to pay that forward. We're gonna have to throw that over. And that's gonna run for a minute.
Go, Brass.
Holy shit, dude! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let's go.
Thanks for the gift sub. And Atlas, thanks for the follow. Rocking the face fur? What? The beard. I do it. As best I can. And Brass, man, that's huge of you to do that, man. You didn't have to do all that. My God. I'm gonna have to turn around again. This is about FSO here. I'm gonna have to turn around and throw it in his direction.
No, all about you too, dude. This is I love the fact that you're reaching out to do this. You mentioned before that you're still learning and trying to get comfortable with this. I think you did a great job. I appreciate you having me here, and I think this could really be a cool segment for you.
Man, I'm actually enjoying the hell out of it. Everybody I've talked to so far it's been great. And everybody's been really chill, really nice. We've learned a lot of great things, and it's interesting because we roll through people left and right, and so far it's just you see the wide array of different personalities, and it's so damn great. Like in there's an old game called Suikoden 2, and in this game you collected what they called Stars of Destiny, or people. You collected people for your army, and each one of them has varied array of personality quirks, visual differences, and they were just different people. So it's almost kind of like the same here. We're collecting our Stars of Destiny. So, good Lord, that's gonna go on. I'm gonna have to make something a little shorter in the future. It's gonna take up the whole ass end of the stream. Thank you so much, Brad. So seriously, that's big ups on you, man. That's too much.
I'm going to be excited to watch you grow over the years as a streamer and content creator, and hopefully we can reconvene a couple of years down the road and see what we both learned.
That's true. We could do this again sometime and do a revisiting stream or something like that. That'd be great. So what is let's see. So when's the next time you're streaming? And
well, I didn't, since I've been sick since I got back from my work trip to Vegas.
You too,
I
Alice.
did not produce a schedule, but I am planning to do tomorrow and Friday.
Tomorrow and Friday. So is that your common schedule? Do you roll on Wednesdays and Fridays? And you said one other?
I tend to try and do 2 or 3 during the week. So,
okay.
And it might not be the same. It's really going to depend on my work schedule.
Okay.
Depending what time I can get out of work. So I try and set it on Mondays on my Discord for now. And we'll try and cement that to a regular every week schedule soon. But right now it can vary, and it usually starts at 6:30 p.m. and goes to 6:30 Central Time, and goes to about 9:30 Central Time.
Okay.
And then on Saturday or Sunday, just whenever I might have a surprise stream.
Surprise stream. Okay. So you heard it here, folks. Go check out FSO on those days. And I'm going to go ahead and last part of it, last but not least, the last thing, as per tradition, you pick who we're rating right now. Like, who are we going to rate out to?
Well, that's a good question. I looked earlier, but I think it's changed on who's live. Let's see.
Yeah, people.
There's somebody
floating in and out.
new that I could introduce y'all to or anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's check them out.
To do somebody new, maybe even outside of our genre, or maybe somebody just completely.
Yeah, it can be complete. Yeah, it doesn't have to be in the stream team, anything like that.
Because
yeah, thanks for
always
popping
think
in there,
it's good
Skullbox.
to branch out and be eclectic. And
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe someday they'll join us. One of us. One of us.
The person I was going to suggest is no longer streaming.
Oh, boo.
So here is another old friend of some of our communities. His name's Fancy Man.
Fancy Man.
The Fancy Man.
The
He's a
Fancy
Dead by
Man?
Daylight streamer. Yeah.
Okay.
He's. I put it in your chat. He's a Dead by Daylight streamer, but he's awesome vibes. You know,
good
awesome
guy.
dude. I try to rate him every once in a while, and I was hoping there was somebody from the music community that I could suggest, but not at the moment. Nobody
That's
that
okay.
I'm overly familiar with.
That's okay. I hope everybody.
But this would be a good suggestion. So.
Okay. Well, don't everybody run off just yet. Let's go ahead and get this raid going. Well, FSO, Ziz, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on. Your bright smile and great attitude has brought many a good night, and perfect for a Valentine's Day stream. So we're gonna raid out to the Fancy Man here, and we'll look forward to talking to you again, man.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Much love, everybody.
Much love, and be good to each other. Call your mother, and slam those raid emotes in the Fancy Man's chat. Let them know that FSO sent you, and we'll talk to you then. Peace.